So welcome to the AlpaCafé in March 2025. Great that you are here all again. We again have some exciting topics today. So we will share a little bit about the recent fixes and issues. We did quite a lot of here. Also, our new team member Khalil did a feature to add the attached configuration to the launch JSON. He will also present that. The third, also very long-awaited feature is the release pipeline sync mode and the schedule. Patrick will present about the package view for the NuGet packages in VS Code, as well as the custom NuGet feeds per project. And I will at the end share some features in Alpaca for GitHub, where you can set up some standards for new repositories. Again, for the new people here, we want to exchange with you. We want to learn from you. That's why we have this meeting here. We are awaiting your feedback on the topics. We want to hear what topics you want to hear about in the future. So let's make it a coffee gossip. Let's use the Q&A tab later on if you have any questions. And apart from that, we hope that you found it interesting what we present here. We also mark every topic with an icon at the top right. So depending if they are for GitHub or relevant for Azure DevOps, and if they are relevant for the current Alpaca extension or for the preview extension. So you can post your questions in here. If you have any, you can also post topics that you want to see in future meetings. So just let us know. And I think Philip is starting with the recent issues.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I know the slide changed. So on the recent issues and fixes, there will be another slide, so be patient. The first one is the backup converter, which is used to convert backups made in SaaS environments to be used in the Alpaca containers. We increase the performance and stability there. So backup conversions run now a lot faster than before. And when assigning a Cosmo entity to an Azure DevOps organization, there could be the issue that you run the process twice or even 3 times, and which may result in multiple Cosmo entities are assigned to a single Azure DevOps organization. And as we use this information to build the Alpaca usages to the corresponding Cosmo entities, there was an issue there, and the container creation would fail until you fix the assignment, or we fix the assignment for you if you created a ticket for that. But all of that is now fixed, as the assigning the Cosmo entity now correctly replaces the existing connection to the previous entity, and there are no duplicate assignments now anymore. On the VS Code extension, we improved the performance for repositories which contain many artifacts in the Cosmo JSON. There could be situations before where the unfolding or resolving of the Cosmo JSON took quite some time to determine all the artifacts in the background, but that is improved now and only happens when creating a container and not when unfolding the repository in the tree. Also, an improvement here, the owner change process on a container. We added some additional validations and confirmation prompts there, because it could happen before that you change the owner of the container to some invalid email address or user. So the container would be gone from you and would not be assigned to a valid user after that. So it kind of was gone and only visible in the background for us. And we had to remove or change the owner back to you. So that is gone now, and we validate the the user change and ask your confirmation for the prompt before executing the change. On the next slide, there in BC26, or the next major image, there was an issue with the server file cache directory, which we set to increase the startup performance of the service tier. There was a bug in the Business Central image, which we handed to Microsoft, and they were able to fix it. So you were only probably seeing this if you're using Next Major containers some weeks ago, but it's already gone now. Another improvement is when using a large database backup in a container, there could be some situation where the container or the SQL server inside the container may run into a timeout when restoring the database backup. This is also fixed now as we increase the timeout there. Yeah. Another improvement was on the Azure DevOps pipelines, as we improved how errors are handled, which occur during the container startup. Previously, if there are some errors, for example, when installing or publishing some artifacts, the container may exit for some reason, and you will only see the error message at the end of the log. We improved how this is displayed to the logs now in the pipeline. And for Cosmo only, there is an automatic reminder on container deletions, which you may have seen already. So you receive 3 notifications from Cosmo before we automatically delete your containers on 60 days of inactivity. So previously this was behind a manual switch. So you received the notifications and we did the cleanup manually, but we now decided to, after several months of testing, we decided to make the switch and make this happen automatically now, but you will still receive the free notifications. And currently we are looking into improving the performance, especially the startup times of the containers, and we may present something in the next AlpaCafé on that. And with that, that's for the recent issues and fixes.
Thank you, Philip. So I will hand over to Khalil, and yeah, you can share a bit about the attach launch configuration.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to present a new feature we have developed for our Alpaca extension. This feature enhances the process of generating the launch JSON. I will share my display. Oh. So currently, when generating a launch JSON, users can already add snapshot configuration. We see here in the settings, we can configure the snapshot config when we select the toggle in the settings now. And also now we can configure the attach configuration and generate it with from the container. Create. Yes. And we have it here also in our launch JSON. Genau. And that's it.
Thank you, Khalil. So I will again take over, or maybe you can also go directly to the next one. I think that's Ole.
Hi, oh, you can hear me. Hi, everyone. I will give a short overview over the feature that the release pipeline now supports the sync mode and the schedule parameter for SaaS and on-prem API deployments. If you could, can I? Yeah, there are two parameters. One is schedule with the values that are shown here, and the default current version, and also there's sync mode that can be set to add or force sync, and add by default as before. Yeah, these parameters or variables were added as parameters to the task groups for on-prem API deployment or SaaS deployment, and also as variables for of new release pipelines. It can be added manually, but new release pipelines are automatically created with these variables that are also settable at release time. So you can define a standard, but if you create a release, you can also override with which values the release should be deployed to the SaaS or on-prem environment. Yeah. Thank you. That's it for this.
Thanks. And we have the NuGet package here, Patrick. You are still on mute.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. In the last two versions of the AlpaCafé are already showed a work in progress version of the NuGet package feeds. The NuGet package use now in production, and you can use it in the latest Alpaca voice code extension. The feeds can be configured in the backend per Alpaca subscription. So if you want to have it set up in the backend, just contact our support, then we can manage it for you. Or you can also set it up in your local VS Code extension settings. Then you have it on your side to configure it. So basically, I already showed last time the view. This view is now live. If it's configured, it will show you the packages like this. And as I mentioned, you can also set it up in the VS Code settings file. So this is an example how the VS Code setting file will look. So just add this section cc is a DevOps NuGet config, and then the structure like this. So then you can add the feeds. We will also add an example to our documentation. Then you can copy it from there, and then you can use it. And if you have set it up, you can also download packages directly, or you can also add these packages to your Cosmo JSON. So when you right-click on sorry, the click's a little bit delayed. So when you right-click on a version, then you can add a dependency. This will add it to your Cosmo JSON, and you can also say save. Save will download the zip file, including all dependencies, and save to package cache will download all dependencies to your local VS Code folder. This feature will also be added to the preview soon, but the preview at the moment doesn't support the product packages at all. That's why it's not in the preview extension for now. The second big change or big addition for the NuGet features is custom NuGet feeds per project. So at the moment, or prior this feature, you only had the possibility to set up the feeds based on your subscription. So you have the same feeds for every project. Now with the newest version, you can also set up feeds which are just belonging to the current project. So you, for example, if you want to add third-party feeds which are only needed for the current project, then you can just add these feeds to the Cosmo JSON, and they will be used also for downloading packages during container startup. This feature is for now not available for GitHub, but it will be available soon on GitHub. I'm already working on making it possible. So to achieve this, we have a new setting in the Cosmo JSON where you can add a feed URL and a PID, and then this feed will be used for download of packages. And now I hand over to, I think it was Markus, I'm not sure.
Yes, thanks. Yes, so for GitHub, we have a new feature that we can set up standards for new repositories, so that every new repository you create via the preview extension always has the same settings. So if you're already using Ergo on GitHub, you may be also using some policies in the GitHub organization itself that you can apply to all the repositories, but some settings aren't available via the policies, so we made them available through a feature in Alpaca. And how that looks is basically that you can create on organization level a new variable called Alpaca Repo standards, and they can set some different settings. For example, if you want to have the issue tab available or visible, if you want to have the projects and wiki and discussions and so on visible, if you want to allow auto merge for the repository, if you want to use the pull request title as a merge commit, and also if you want to delete the branch on merge. So you can set that up once as a variable in the organization, and from there on, for every repository that you are creating via Alpaca, this variable is read and then applied to new repositories. So if you have existing repositories that you want to apply those settings to, then you can also just do a right click on the repository and call the initialize for usage of Alpaca action to apply that one. And for new repositories, it always works out of the box. So those options showed are also all the options currently available. So if you have any other options that you always set manually when creating new repositories, then please let us know and we will add it to the standards here as well.